Ancient jewelry, memories of another era, the magic of history. We're going to take you on a very exciting journey to explore heritage jewelry. On this episode, I traveled to the city of Hyderabad to discover Nizami and temple jewelry. Temple jewelry is believed to have originated somewhere in the 9th century during the reign of the Chola dynasty. Back then, this kind of jewelry was used to decorate the idols of gods and goddesses in temples, and hence the name. The jewelry which used to adorn the idols were later worn by temple dancers, and slowly the designs became a part of the Indian woman's bridal jewelry trousseau. Nizami jewelry, on the other hand, traces its origins from the Nizams who ruled Hyderabad and their love for rich ornate jewelry. And a typical Hyderabadi bridal jewelry consists of the chintak or choker, the satlara or long chain, and the payal or anklet. Hello and welcome to Jewelry Trail with Krishala. I'm at the Falaknuma Palace where time seems to have stood still. Women and jewelry have been inseparable for centuries, and the ancient is still exciting to the modern day woman. It is a slice of the past in the present and is as intoxicating now as it was then. So who better to take us through this journey than a woman who's put a new spin to heritage jewelry? Bunty Bajaj grew up in Hyderabad, the seat of Nizami culture. And everything about it, the colors, the aromas, the sounds have inspired her to create a collection that is a one-of-a-kind under her couture jewelry brand, Krishala by Bunty Bajaj.
I've visited a lot of palaces from Hyderabad. There's some beautiful architecture here, structures of the Nizams. I get my inspiration from motifs, from architecture, from various elements which are available on any objects. This inspired me to give the new avatar to heritage jewelry.
Krishala gives heritage jewelry a glamorous makeover, and her store opening saw some of the biggest names in the film world like Salman Khan, Anil Kapoor and Vidya Balan show up to admire her jewelry. Krishala's Hyderabadi temple and fusion jewelry all take on a fashionable contemporary avatar.
We are like one-of-a-kind jewelry. We have no replicas. And the speciality is we also involve the client in building our jewelry at times. We take their suggestion, incorporate them into our designs and make them feel like they are a part of the whole heritage jewelry making.
I'm ready to go completely exotic because Bunty is going to show me some original antique pieces. Thank you so much for welcoming us into this gorgeous house of yours.
My pleasure completely.
Krishala, where did this name come from?
Krishala means house of Krishna. And I'm a great devotee of Krishna. So that's how I thought of what is better than coming to House of Krishna where all the gopis are being dressed in jewels.
So tell me, where is it that you derive your inspiration from?
I've grown up with heritage. And since I was a child, I have been to various places with my father.
Right.
And he being a very avid antique collector. And I've been to places and palaces with him.
So since you have such a love for antiques, I'm sure you have collected a lot of jewelry as well.
I have collected and I've inherited from my parents.
Right.
Because they were also collectors.
Right.
So some of the pieces I do have which I can show you.
Yeah, please do.
This is a piece which is actually from the south and it's inspired from jasmine flower. Jasmine flower.
The buds.
Buds, yes. So that is why you see that each shape of this is like a jasmine flower.
This is
and this can be worn on a Western dress or an Indian dress.
I was just going to put it against me and say this. Actually, I could wear it with something like this as well. In fact, this is so in fashion right now, all over again. And to think that this was there so many years ago.
The thread is from the same time.
Wow.
It's been like years, so we do not even thread it again, so the value of the antique doesn't.
It stays intact.
This is again another piece. This is actually my wedding piece. And this is called Gutta Pusulu.
Okay.
And this is strung with Basra pearls, there's emeralds, there's rubies, and there is uncut diamonds on it.
Oh my gosh.
And these pearls have got a shape of fish, basically.
So is that a rarity as well?
Yes, in Basra to get this kind of a shape.
And there's so many in
There's
this.
so many of them.
And I believe that you are the master at reviving old antique pieces. And I see that you've brought two to show us over here. And if you could tell us a little bit more about that, that'll be great as well.
This is a piece actually given by my mother to me. It is made out of Burmese rubies, and this is what I created on top of it.
Okay.
These are two peacocks which are going in the form of hasli, and it goes around your neck beautifully and makes a beautiful neck piece.
Gorgeous.
And this is another piece. Again, the pendant was given by my mom. And this chain is called the Gopar.
Okay.
Basically, when I was, we fire the gold and then you make it shine. But I stopped it at the stage when it started turning shiny, when it was black.
Right.
To give it the antique look to it, I broke another necklace, added pieces on top of it, and add the pendant down. Always believe in old is gold.
Yes.
And do not throw away your old pieces. I can always recreate something interesting for you.
In fact, I've just got a teeny tiny glimpse of her gorgeous creations. I can't wait to get down to her store, Krishala, to see all of her designs. Hi.
Hi.
It indeed feels like I've walked into the house of Krishna. And tell me about this pillar. That's the first thing I see.
It's actually an hand-painted pillars. It's about Krishna and the gopis adorning jewelry.
I can see Lord Krishna's wearing loads of jewelry. So maybe it's time to go check out some of your jewelry as well. Come, let's go. Oh wow. What kind of jewelry is this?
This is actually the temple jewelry from the south, yes. Okay. These are different forms of jewelry. This is called the jada. And it's worn on a plait.
In the hair?
In the hair, yeah. A bride wears it for her wedding on special occasions. All South Indian girls wear this.
Oh, wow.
This is basically made out of rubies, gold, uncut diamonds, which are the polkis. And this is called the Mangamala. Mangamala, it means mango har. It is in the shape of mangoes.
Right.
And it is both carved behind. It is work done in the front. It's strung on a flexible chain, so it just falls on your body the way you feel. Everybody fits very well onto you. Please try this. Goes on your arm. It's called a vanki. Okay. And again, they wear it like with any sari, and
brides only.
Brides definitely wear it, but even
if
otherwise,
you're going for somebody's wedding,
somebody close to you,
right?
Yeah.
And this
is called Vadyanam.
Okay.
Vadyanam is a waist belt.
Right.
A bride wears it on top of a sari.
And I've seen that.
And it's actually an essential ornament which they wear.
So every South Indian bride has to wear a Vadyanam. And we move on to these?
Yeah. This is another form of temple jewelry. It's called the Nakshi.
Nakshi.
Yeah. Nakshi came from the word Naksha, like how you make a design or a pattern.
Right.
So this is actually it's all engraved hand crafted pieces. It takes about 3 months to make these pieces.
Oh, wow. And this is Rudraksh, right?
This particular piece is called the Gauri Shankar. Okay. It's strung in, you'll see Lord Shiva with Gauri out here.
Right.
And you'll see a lot of, idols in the temple jewelry. This is a bracelet. You'll see Jalpari. It's like a mermaid going down the thing. Okay, this is another interesting piece which is called the Kaslumala.
Kaslumala.
Kaslumala means coins. This is actually the traditional form of Kaslumala. This was basically worn that they have savings and show their wealth off too. We've given a different look of Krishala to this Kaslumala. And we've given uncut diamonds with a little pearl and 18 karat Italian chain in between. So it just becomes a different look to it.
Yeah, so here, is a classic example of how you take
the
original piece
and then you make it a little more different, giving it a twist.
Krishala's temple jewelry comes in the traditional form but with a contemporary touch to it. A typical temple jewelry bridal set consists of the malai or long chain, thodu or earrings, the jada or plait ends, and the vadyanam or waist belt. Time to take a short little break, but on the other side of the break, we've got some smouldering heritage jewelry. So stay tuned. Some exquisite Hyderabadi jewelry and some equally glamorous looks. Welcome back to Jewelry Trail with Krishala, where we are discovering heritage jewelry. I'm in the lovely city of Hyderabad, which for 3 centuries was ruled by the Nizams, who amassed so much wealth that the last Nizam was in fact titled the richest man in the world by Time magazine. So it's not surprising that the Nizami legacy in the city that she's been brought up in has influenced Bunty Bajaj's work.
Come, let me introduce you to Hyderabadi jewelry.
Yes.
This is a very typical Satlada, which a Hyderabadi bride wears. And it's worn by a bride. She wears a choker and wears this as a second necklace. And these are typical Chand Balis, which is Hyderabad's really famous for Chand Balis. And these are the things which dangle.
Chand Balis are like the jhumka.
They're the shape of a chand.
So
that is why they're called Chand Bali. This is an interesting piece. Basically, we've used the 9 stones. It's called a Navratna Har. There are 9 different kind of stones on this. And this basically is used with uncut diamond. This is called the Pachi work, which is done in Hyderabad.
Okay, this is the emerald, is it?
Yeah, this is the emerald, the different stones. There's a pearl, the blue sapphire, yellow sapphire, gomed, cat's eye, ruby, diamond, and usually a coral is also put in this.
And tell me about this stunning choker that I've been eyeing.
This is a choker which is actually made for a bridal purpose. And this is again, we've given it a Pachi work, which is uncut diamond is set in Pachi work with real diamonds surrounding it. So giving it a modern look for today, absolutely a new twist to it with a touch of ruby and South Sea pearls.
Krishala's Hyderabadi collection with pearl keys and with delicate Pachi work makes for stunning bridal sets. And I believe that you have some fusion pieces that you'd like to show us as well.
Let me take you through this. This is actually a necklace, which I've just added a little bit of emeralds in it, and just to make it a little more dramatic.
Completely.
This is actually a very interesting piece. This I have given it a very modern touch. We've taken actually Tibetan corals, and given it with uncut diamond, which is like set over here with South Sea pearls. So it could be, worn with a Indian and or a Western.
And tell me about this. Is this a belt?
This is actually a belt made for a South Indian bride with the pieces from Bikaner. These are Italian chains and adding pearls to it. So it has the influence of all 3, made in a very modernized...
Europe, Rajasthan and Hyderabad.
Absolutely.
If you're looking to make a statement, Krishala's fusion pieces are perfect for you. These pieces transport me back to another era. So while I dream of being a princess, you go meet some power women who swear by Krishala.
I'm very attracted to traditional jewelry. This is why I'm so attracted to Bunty's jewelry, because she's reviving old heritage pieces and at the same time she's adding on something new.
I find Krishala designs absolutely unique. The moment I wear them, people are sure to ask me, where did you get that from? I love the combinations. The diamonds, the polkis are so beautiful. And the touch of red and green combination, you can use it with a lot of colors. Today I'm wearing it with a black, but I would say wear it with a red sari too, or something which had green in it. A white would look beautiful. So once you can get versatility out of your jewelry, I think that's very beautiful.
People really like her stuff. And I think, it's very popular with the brides because she has these huge pieces. So you can just wear one piece and you look really ready to kill.
Krishala by Bunty Bajaj, that's a name that I always trust. Jewelry, innovative, styles, one of a kind, and always coming up with something new and something beautiful.
Here are a few tips to take care of your heritage jewelry. Pearl strings should never be stretched when they are wet because they can snap more easily. Always allow jewelry to dry completely before storing them. Moisture can sometimes corrode the metal and ruin the setting. Time for a short break, but when we return, we'll discover how to wear heritage jewelry in a completely modern way. So stay tuned. A modern twist to heritage jewelry. 3 stunning looks. Welcome back to Jewelry Trail with Krishala, where heritage jewelry comes alive. So we've seen these beautiful heritage pieces, but I can't help but think of one question. How does one wear these gorgeous creations without going completely traditional? So we've got eclectic fashion designer Anand Kabra to answer this question for us. Designer Anand Kabra's designs are as futuristic as they are rooted in Hyderabadi culture, which is why Bunty Bajaj and he have collaborated successfully in the past.
What I like about Krishala Jewelry is it follows the same principles that I believe in, which is reinventing the past and giving it a now modern current relevance. Together we've created 3 distinct looks which is so inspired from the past, and we've given it a modern avatar.
The cocktail party look.
This kind of look, I think it would be perfect for a cocktail party, a slightly smaller function during the wedding ceremonies that we have nowadays. It's a nice pre-pleated ivory sari with a jeweled blouse. You keep the colors and all slightly minimal so that the jewelry is the star of the entire look.
For this look, Bunty Bajaj and Anand Kabra teamed up the cocktail sari with traditional Chandwali earrings but stuck on the ears instead of worn conventionally. A neck piece with uncut diamond, emerald and South Sea pearls and an armband converted into a bracelet completes this stunning look.
White against emerald and uncut always is a royal look.
The red carpet look.
This look is all about reinterpretation, and the sari drape gets an evening gown avatar.
This glamorous evening look shows how Krishala heritage pieces can be worn differently.
I always hunt for things which are out of the box, basically, and I try to create something unique with that.
A Rajasthani headpiece is converted into a necklace. Another typical Rajasthani headgear called borla is worn as a ring. A delicate necklace is converted into a hairband, and a chunky bracelet adds the dash of modern. The bridal look.
This look that we worked on is based around my personal